Hello and welcome back to Chicken for Breakfast, the podcast where we have all the answers to one very simple question.
What's cooking?
I'm Magic,
And I'm Robby.
and on today's episode, who knows what we get into? We're going to learn about Robby, might talk about Valentine's Day,
Right.
might talk about the Super Bowl. I don't know, man. We're going to get into it right after this quick little break here. What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
I'm awesome. So tell me about yourself, because we've kind of met you before.
Right.
We kind of know you a little bit from you being behind the scenes, but now you're in the scene.
Yeah.
So tell us about yourself.
I am a student at OMS, Ohio Media School. I will be graduating if all goes well in April.
Congratulations on that.
Oh, thank you. So my goal with the Ohio Media School is to be an on-air talent. I think preferably the radio. I want to get involved in sports commentating or just like maybe a sports station because that was my whole reason for going to the school because I want to talk about sports. I'm not saying I'm an expert at sports, but I know a lot about it as far as numbers and stuff like that. So I want to have a career in sports broadcasting.
Cool. That is very interesting. I've seen a lot of people who are into sports, and it's like I feel like I'm in the minority because I don't like sports. Like
That's okay.
Max, the co-host,
Yeah.
into sports, and we can never talk sports because he's not in it. And then the one time, right, the one time we talked about sports, Max wasn't even on the episode, so it was such a wild time.
Yeah.
But yeah, so let's get into it. So, did you watch the Super Bowl?
I did.
So normally I watch the Super Bowl for the commercials,
Right.
and like the halftime show was Rihanna.
Right.
I've seen things about that.
Right.
Um,
You mentioned the commercials. What did you think about the commercials?
see, that's the thing. That's the thing. I didn't watch the Super Bowl.
Oh, okay. Oh,
That's the
okay.
thing.
Okay, gotcha.
Because first of all, like I don't have TV,
Mhm.
so I only use like Netflix and Disney Plus.
Okay.
So I didn't know where to find the games.
Okay.
I didn't know where to watch it, and they're probably like I probably could have if I had done the research,
Mhm.
but like I just didn't care.
Okay.
So I did not watch the Super Bowl, but I have seen a couple pieces.
Mhm.
But why don't you run me through it? What did you think?
The commercials weren't all that great this year. They had a few that kind of got my attention. One in particular was for E-Trade, where they have the babies playing adults. They have like little toddlers playing adults, where they were at this wedding reception. Um, and I thought that was pretty cool. So there's that one. But there weren't too many great commercials as far as the Super Bowl is concerned. Not this year.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Just hearing you talk about a commercial completely out of context is probably my new favorite thing.
Yeah.
Like there's babies,
Yeah.
they're adults really though, and they're out of what? Like I'm like, what is this guy talking about? But yeah, so yeah, I didn't watch the Super Bowl
Mhm.
because I watched Ant-Man and Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Okay.
So I'm going to see that new movie when it comes out.
Yes.
Max says I talk about this movie too much, so I'm trying
You
not
probably
to talk about
do.
it.
No.
I do. I know. I really do. I love Marvel stuff. So
Yeah.
new Marvel movie coming out. I'm going to see it this weekend. We've got a solid episode coming about it. We're going to do a movie review
Mhm.
with Josh. So make sure you stick around. It'll be out next week. But anyways, so I didn't watch Super Bowl, but I did watch something. And what I found out really cool, excuse me, about the Super Bowl though, is Rihanna's halftime show.
Yeah.
I saw a few things about it. What'd you think about it?
I thought it definitely could have been better. Rihanna is a great performer. I love her music. I just think the presentation could have been better. She didn't bring out any guests. It was just kind of uniform dancers with her singing. That kind of reminds you of the Super Bowl halftime show with The Weeknd. He performed maybe the year before last, and it was kind of basically the same thing. Um, and I talked to people, they said she did great. And I'm not saying Rihanna did bad. I'm just saying the overall presentation of it's the Super Bowl. You got to pull out all the stops for the Super Bowl.
That's true.
And I don't think that really happened in this case.
So underwhelming.
It was underwhelming for me, yeah.
Robby says Super Bowl underwhelming.
Yeah.
Was the whole thing underwhelming? Like, sounds like you didn't like the commercials. There weren't too many solid commercials.
Yeah. No,
Halftime show was mid.
yeah, it
right?
was. Yeah,
How
it was
was the game? Let's talk about the game.
the
Mr.
game.
Sports guy.
I love everything about the game. The game was great until it wasn't.
The game was great.
There was a play in the fourth quarter where it kind of changed the entire complexion of the game. There was a pass interference call against the Eagles defensive back. Um, Now, I want to preface this by saying I wanted the Chiefs to win the Super Bowl, but I felt like on that particular call, they got handed the trophy basically from one call that changed the complexion of a game. And I going along those lines, I just wonder: is it really even possible to take human error out of sports? Because I thought it was just a really bad call. Um, and it took away an opportunity for the Eagles to get the ball back and score a touchdown if needed. So that's what ended up happening was the pass interference call kind of put the Chiefs on the 3 1 yard line, whatever it was, and all they had to do was run the clock out, and the game was over. So that was a bummer. I kind of posted it on my Instagram too. Like that was the worst, in my opinion. That was the worst call in NFL Super Bowl history. That was like wow.
Wow, yeah, that is a bold statement.
Yeah,
but I'm gonna pretend like I know what you were just talking about.
For sure.
I'm gonna pretend like I know what you're talking about. But no, it's very interesting that you brought that point up. That would be a solid podcast that we do. Maybe you and Max hop on and do that.
Of course.
Is it possible to take the human error out of sports?
Yeah.
Because like I feel like every year there's calls like that. Like things like this happen a lot.
A lot.
And I think one of the biggest things, and I'm not throwing out accusations at all here,
right.
but I feel like in sports there's a lot of bribery that happens. So people deliberately make wrong calls, which equates to human error.
Yep. So and along those lines, Roger Goodell, is that what they wanted? You've been hearing a lot lately. Sports is scripted. Is that what you wanted as far as, okay, let's hand them over the trophy? Because I think it kind of took away the competitive balance in the Super Bowl.
That's true.
So you have to redefine what is pass interference, because if you look at that particular play, yes, the defensive back grabbed the receiver's jersey, but it wasn't egregious enough to throw the flag, in my opinion. I just don't think it was. There is so many other plays in the game that you could call that are more like worse. But that was like, you could have let that go, in my opinion.
Heard.
Yeah.
Again, I'm gonna pretend like I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But it sounds like it's a normal Super Bowl weekend though.
Yeah.
Just so much happening, and it's sometimes not the best.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'll stick to Ant-Man for sure.
Oh no, I'm a Marvel fan. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, heard.
Now you have to fill me in on Ant-Man. I'm not gonna say I'm not a fan, but I just never seen the movies. I seen bits and pieces of maybe the first one, but I never watched them all the way through.
I could go on for a very long time.
Yeah.
So I'm going to spare you that today.
No, that's fine.
I'm going to spare you that, but I'll definitely fill you in.
Okay.
Anyways, moving on.
Mm-hmm.
So today, when we're shooting this, is Valentine's Day.
Right.
So I have a question for you, and that is, how do you feel about Valentine's Day?
I only feel like it's important for those people that may have a significant other. I don't have one, so I don't really care. I don't really care.
So I'm gonna be real with you.
Yeah.
Even when I did have a significant other,
yeah,
right, I didn't care.
Right.
Like I feel like Valentine's Day is the worst holiday in existence, and the reason is, like, the whole premise behind it just doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
It's like, why are we picking this one day of the year to really go out for our significant others?
Right.
Right. Like, why can't you just do this stuff every? I don't know.
Right.
I feel like this is like the one opinion that people will actually agree with is like Valentine's Day is overrated, and I know what people are gonna say, Johnny, Magic, you're only saying that because like you don't have a significant other, right? You're only saying that because you're a loser, bro.
Yeah.
Like. And yeah,
and that's okay. I'm a loser too.
I don't have a reason to celebrate it this year, but I'm saying in the past like probably 6 years of my life,
okay,
where I have had a reason to celebrate it, and I still didn't.
You still didn't.
I still didn't. So it's like I don't know. Maybe that's why I'm single now.
No, I don't know. It's people like Valentine's Day and people go all out, and I don't blame you. I think when we were growing up, you remember how we used to pass out the candy and stuff.
Yeah, you'd go to school
and the notes. I thought that was pretty cool when we were kids, but now even when it comes to holidays in general, The older you get, it's not really a big deal to
Dude,
me.
finally someone who agrees
Yeah.
with me, man. Like, no holiday,
Yeah.
Christmas,
Yeah. It's like another day
Halloween.
to me, to be honest. I don't. Yeah.
This guy. This is like awesome.
I don't mean for the people that celebrate. I'm
Listen,
not
yeah.
saying that.
Let's go there. Let's
Yeah.
go there. So like there's no disrespect to people who
E-
love the holidays.
Exactly.
Like if Christmas is your thing, man,
Right.
like it's your thing.
Yeah.
I respect it.
Right.
But I'm just not there with you.
Yeah.
I'm just not there with you.
It's like you know what I'm saying. I will say I love Thanksgiving because I like to eat. So that's the only holiday I'll take and say I'm running with it. Yeah.
I respect it.
Yeah.
So we actually on our holiday episodes, we had a couple of holiday episodes, and we always talked about how I was not Christmas happy and Scrooge. Maybe I'm just not like a festive guy.
Yeah.
You know, like
I don't think I am.
but that's okay, man.
Yeah.
We are one and the same right now. So I don't know. I'm more of just like I work a lot and everything, so like maybe time just flies. You know, maybe I just can't appreciate the beauty. I don't know. I just see the world differently. Like I just like why do we waste time with holidays when every day
is a holiday?
Let's go, Robby.
Yeah, I feel like why, like you said, pick a particular day to celebrate something where you can celebrate throughout the year.
Right.
So
I'm with you.
Yeah.
So with that being said, let's tie this into like let's talk about like you know what a draft is, right? Like you're making a team, I'm making a team. Let's make a team of Valentine's theme.
Okay.
Right? So you can pick anything from the Valentine's Day. We're gonna do a draft.
Okay.
Is that cool? Top 5.
Okay.
All right, and I'll let you have the first pick.
Okay. So we're picking anything.
You can pick anything Valentine's Day related.
Okay. Okay. Flowers.
Flowers.
Mm-hmm.
All the things Valentine's you pick flowers.
Yeah, flowers.
That's fair. Listen, again, I feel like flowers.
Yeah.
It's a solid pick.
Yeah.
Is it number 1 though? Is it number 1?
I would say it's number 1. I mean, people like flowers.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, if you're taking flowers, I guess by default I gotta take chocolate.
Okay.
I feel like that's a
chocolate is overrated in my opinion.
Ooh.
Because people, what do you want for Valentine's Day? Chocolate.
That's fair.
So.
But you could also say the same about flowers.
I was going to say that too.
Right. You were like sitting here. You were like, I don't know if I can break my case here. Yeah. I see through you. I see through you. All right.
Yeah. So
number two.
Teddy bears.
That was my number 2, man.
Teddy bears.
So I think that's like the only one thing that I've ever really given or gotten.
Okay.
It's like teddy bears and chocolate and stuff like that.
Right.
Like I give flowers, chocolate, teddy bears.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think teddy bears are overrated, man. I think that's like for kids.
Okay.
For kids, I think that's the thing.
I mean, but if I had a significant other, she might like it. I mean, they, especially the bigger ones. They like the bigger,
like the big stuff ones.
Yeah, the big stuff ones.
Or like you can fit inside of it.
Right.
It's so big, and you're like you're sitting there, and you're
Yep.
like, oh, I got a bear, and then it stands up, and I'm
Yep.
like, ah!
But-
What am I talking about?
Yeah, so I would say teddy bears for sure.
Yeah, teddy bears. Okay,
Yeah.
my number 2 pick. I feel like there's already not a lot. Like I already feel like we've already used it all.
We basically did. Yeah.
I'm gonna say jewelry. I feel like
Jewelry?
that's a big thing
That's a big thing. Yeah.
at Valentine's Day. Like, oh, here's a nice little necklace.
Yeah.
Here's a nice little ring.
Yeah.
Here's this like really expensive pearl thing that I got specifically because it's Valentine's Day. Like,
Right.
Did you need to spend that money for this, or couldn't you just wait?
But like I said earlier, people go all out for Valentine's Day. So
All right, man.
you got to go all out for the jewelry too, I guess. Like you said, we're running out of things, right? I would say Valentine's Day cards.
Valentine's Day cards. So
Yeah.
I was really hoping that you would say this before I did.
Okay.
Because you remember those scratch and sniff ones?
Yeah.
Did you ever get any of those as like a kid?
No, I never got those. No.
But they're scratch and sniff Valentine's
Yeah.
Day cards. They are the coolest
Yeah.
thing ever, dude. I will like someone please buy me scratch and sniff
Yeah.
anything. Like for whatever reason, those things just get to my brain. Like
Mhm.
that's the coolest thing I could get for Valentine's Day. Like
Yeah.
that should be number 1.
Yeah, those scratch and snips, man, they were You remember the scratch and sniff stickers? I think they were
Stickers?
Yeah,
Oh, or like they would be like in magazines
Yeah.
where they're like trying to get you to buy something.
yeah,
And you're
exactly.
You're like, it smells like pickles.
Yeah, so the scratch and sniff anything, I'll take it. Yeah,
That's fair. So Valentine's Day cards.
yeah.
On that same line, my number 3 pick is going to be Sweethearts.
Okay. Oh yeah, those are.
Sweethearts. So one of the little messages on them.
Yeah, those are a big deal.
Those are the biggest deal.
Yes.
You only ever see them at Valentine's Day.
Yes.
They're gross.
Yeah, they are.
But they're only Valentine's Day.
Now you got me thinking.
There's a lot.
What else?
The problem is that, like,
Twizzlers. I don't know if that's a Valentine's Day. I'm just thinking something like off the top of my head. Yeah.
I love it. This dude just Twizzlers.
Yeah, Twizzlers.
Twizzlers. You know what? Maybe if you take the Twizzlers and like make them into a heart shape,
Yeah.
I vibe with it.
Okay.
I vibe with it. Let's go with Ooh, I think we're out of things.
That's what I was saying.
I really think we're out of things.
Or maybe like champagne
Ooh, I don't know anything about that. But
or wine. I don't know.
okay, so that seems fair.
Yeah.
Let's go with. Oh, you know what's a big one? Well, no, I feel like what I was gonna say M&M's, but that's chocolate.
That's chocolate.
So I can't
That's
take
chocolate.
that
Okay.
one. Let's do. I don't know. I'm out.
I'm out too,
I'm
man.
fresh out.
I think
out.
it's only but a handful of things you can do on Valentine's Day or for Valentine's Day. Yeah, I don't have.
Okay, well let's think more generic then. Roses, like rose petals. You know how people.
Yes.
You see that in all the romantic
Yes.
movies? There's rose petals and everything.
Yeah.
Oh, I actually do have another one. So let's see
Okay.
if you can come up. This is your 5th one, right? This is the last one.
Yes.
Rose petals.
Okay.
We went from Twizzlers to rose petals.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not judging.
Rose petals. Bath bombs. Bath bombs. I'm sorry, not bongs. We're not smoking weed on the podcast, guys. Sorry.
Oh man. Bath bombs. Okay, that's fair. I see Robby's got that Riz, by the way. Robby's got that Riz. Shout out Robby. No. Where did this go? It's just like plummeted. So my final one.
Okay.
I feel like a lot of people actually do this. Valentine's Day proposals.
That's a good one. That's a really good one, actually.
Valentine's Day proposals.
Yeah.
Man.
There was one, I don't know if you've seen this, at the Mavericks game last night.
Was there?
Yeah. It was at halftime. It was a full-blown wedding, and one of the Mavs announcers did the ceremony. I thought it was
a wedding?
It was
a
a
whole
wedding.
wedding? Wow.
Yeah.
That's nuts. Imagine having a wedding
Yeah.
at a sports game.
A sports game. I think it takes the intimacy of it out of the picture, but it was still pretty cool.
Well, it depends on if they're both huge Maverick fans.
Yeah.
So like for me,
Okay.
like if I could get married at Marvel Studios, I would.
You would.
But everyone
okay.
else would be like, "What are you doing?" So I think it depends. I think it depends.
For sure.
But, is there anything else that you got to get off your chest?
Um,
Anything you want to just talk about?
That's a good question. Not really. What about you?
I'm chilling.
You chilling?
You had a solid gem.
Oh,
Before the podcast started, I was talking to Robby, and
there's always a solution to a problem.
yeah. So so let's run through how we got to this situation.
Yeah.
So we were sitting here. We're setting up the cameras. We're setting up the set so Robby could shoot because like you had to jump through a couple hoops to get here.
Yes.
Right. So we're finally shooting, and then I forgot the batteries for the cameras. Right. So then we're like, how can we figure this out?
Nice
with
going,
phones?
Johnny.
I know, right? What an idiot. So we're trying to figure out how can we film on phones.
Right.
And then our plan C was there's actually cameras here that we can use.
Mm-hmm.
And then we started the podcast, and then the cameras died. Those camera batteries were out of battery too.
Yeah.
So now we're shooting again on the phone, right? So this whole conversation was geared towards what you said, and I thought it was so cool.
Mm-hmm.
Every problem has a solution.
Yeah, that's one thing I learned growing up. My mom told me that, like, don't ever think that a problem can't be solved. It always can be solved. You just have to figure it out, find a way to make it work. So
And I think genuinely that is why you can never take the human error out of sports.
yeah,
Because like we're designed to solve problems.
yeah,
So the problem is sometimes wrong,
right.
but it,
But I have to rebuttal on that. If there's replay, if there's replay to reverse a call or change it because of human error, use it. Thus, the pass interference.
that's fair. That's okay. That's fair.
Use replay to look at the pass interference. So, but that's a side note. But you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, I do. But in all seriousness, though, it's really cool to have the outlook of like right now we could easily have not shot it.
Yes.
Because things didn't go our way.
Right.
Now we're on Plan D now, and we're still shooting it. You're still here.
Right.
Like
you guys know, I'm sure you run into problems all the time.
100%.
Yes. Yeah,
Filmmaking, anything in this field.
Yeah.
And it's cool that like as a student, this is something that you're learning like just doing the field work, right?
Right.
It's like there's always a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Filmmaking is literally problem solving.
Right.
I went to a PA workshop a week or two ago, and like one of the first things they said was filmmaking is just problem solving, and I think that's what separates the elite from the not elite.
Yeah.
So, I appreciate you for coming on.
Oh yeah, man. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here. Thanks for that little
nugget.
little nugget of whatever. So, the future of Chicken for Breakfast. Hopefully, we have you on. We see you more.
Oh yeah,
I know you'll be behind the scenes. Let's cut to the clip where you were actually the lifesaver of that hot episode.
There's a clip.
Yeah, the hot episode, the spicy hot.
Oh,
yeah, we like released that episode.
Oh yeah. Cut to a clip. Let's take a look.
All right, but in all seriousness, it's cool to have you here. It's awesome. I think that maybe a whole sports thing could get started here.
Hey, I'm here for it if you have me. If
I don't know,
and if Max will have me.
Yeah, Max is. I think we can set something up.
Okay,
set something up. So,
yep.
I think that's all the time we have today. I appreciate you for being here.
Thanks, man.
Shout
Thanks
out.
for having me.
And make sure you
Can I put my socials and stuff?
Oh, of course, we're gonna tag that in the video.
Oh, okay.
It's
cool.
already been there. But
Oh,
we'll
okay.
put it up there again.
Okay.
What you can do.
There is one thing I would like to do.
What is that?
I would like to be a shameless plug for my podcast.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah. So guys can check us out every Thursday at 2 p.m. It's called the Hella Hilarious Podcast. We talk about everything from pop culture, sports, movies, entertainment. It's really, really cool, and I hope you guys join us. We go live on Facebook every Thursday at 2 p.m. So check us out.
Are you on Anchor, anything like that?
We are on Anchor on the process of like getting our podcast out. But just stick with us and be patient, and we'll have it out for you guys. And we are on Facebook Live as well. So.
What days? I'm sorry. Could you shout it out one more time?
Yeah, Thursdays at 2 p.m.
Thursdays, 2 p.m. Facebook Live. You're on Anchor, and it's called the Hella Hilarious Podcast.
Yes, Hella Hilarious Podcast.
Let me say really quick. I know we're trying to wrap things up, but
Yeah.
I'm there. A lot of times you guys are shooting.
Yep.
I've been there. Y'all are loud.
Yeah.
But it is so fun. The energy in that room is crazy. It's absolutely crazy, man.
Yeah.
So I will definitely go for that. Like, shout you guys out.
Oh,
I know you guys do things a little bit differently than we do it here.
Yes.
But, like, you all have fun. You enjoy it. You're always cooking in that studio.
Yeah,
so I love
sure.
what you guys do. It's fun to see students just going in there, having a good time, using the space. You guys are awesome. So I will definitely – I get behind that. Definitely go check out the Hella Hilarious Podcast.
Appreciate you, Johnny. This is a good guy right here, man.
I don't know about all that, but that's all the time we got. Make sure you go check him out. Check out the crew.
Yes.
And shout out to Max behind the camera. That's it. I guess he's not coming out, so whatever. This has been Chicken for Breakfast. I like chicken for breakfast.
I love chicken for breakfast.
At the end of the day, we hope you will too.